Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Parlay Revival. This week we are off the coast of mainland Indonesia in search of surf and adventure as we slowly make our way towards Thailand. We completely run out of fresh food this week.
I'm honestly running out of ideas.
Yeah, fish would help.
But luckily we're in a remote paradise where we can shoot fish for a bit of fresh protein.
Got some dinner at least.
But the repetitive canned food eventually takes its toll on the crew, so we set off in search of a village to find some fresh produce. So I'm Colin, and this is the crew of Parlay Revival. From hurricane damaged to broken bulkheads and getting struck by lightning not once but twice, to being the strongest and fastest Lagoon 450 on the planet. We've already sailed 40,000 miles to get here, and nothing is going to stop us from circumnavigating the globe. So subscribe to follow our journey around this beautiful planet. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. So what are you waiting for?
Last night we stopped at an island and had dinner with some local spear fishermen, and it was so nice. I don't think that's somewhere where people anchor very often, and certainly not a touristy spot. And it turned into this amazing evening of sharing. We gave them one of the knives that we have, gave them a bottle of rum that we sailed from Panama with, and they were all taking photos with it, like communicating more with laughter and hand signals than actual talking. And just the nicest guys. It's extra special for me because my sister can experience this. She doesn't really know what we do apart from what she's seen on the episodes. So to be able to show her that, you know, this is how we mingle with the cultures and, you know, share food, share stories, it's really nice for me. So this is where we've been waiting to come for years. I've got such high expectations of the surf because I've seen so many movies about it. So hopefully it lives up to the reputation, but we're here for a couple of months. And then Thailand, and then we have to decide where to go after that, whether it's South Africa or the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. So big decisions. We're just not jumping into that yet because a lot can happen in the next few months. But we do know that we need to go to Thailand and get the boat ready to go one of those two ways.
Is that your first time? Oh yeah! Oh my god, this is amazing! Never gets old. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god! What's it like your first time? Oh, they're so friendly. They just want to hang out. Ryan, does this remind you about the time in Papua New Guinea when you got lowered into the water?
Yeah, that was like one of the best experiences of my whole life. In fact, it kind of crossed my mind that I'd like to do it again. These guys seem like super friendly. They've been playing for a while. They're still here. Yeah, so cool. As you said, it never gets old.
This is what you call the calm before the storm. Completely flat seas, not a breath of wind, and then the conditions slowly deteriorate, and we all end up having a pretty sleepless night.
We look exhausted, which we do. Hey boys, it's because we are. We left the last island, and the forecast, both the GFS and the Euro model said 0 knots of wind. So I reluctantly left the island and sort of committed to having to motor to the new island, which is 150 miles away. And then halfway through, the wind picks up 20 knots on the nose. So last night, and just pouring with rain. So these surrounds here have just paid for themselves again. But that's how it is sometimes when you're sailing out here. You have one forecast and you leave with a passage plan. Then halfway through, everything changes. So now it's died down to about 15 knots. The island we're trying to go to is directly upwind, so we're slowly tacking our way up there. But despite these hardships, we keep living this lifestyle. So even the tough times are so worth it because what's waiting for us at this anchorage, apparently, is absolute paradise. This is the life we've chosen, and
and it's an amazing life, and I'm super grateful for everything. But sometimes things just don't go to plan. But we're exactly 23 miles away, so we have almost made it. This is nothing what it was like last night, by the way, which is normally the case. Murphy's Law, at night time, you can't see anything, it's just getting pounded, and in the morning it just calms down.
And I really do mean that. Everyone's a little grumpy after being awake all night, but I am so grateful to be here. These are the parts of Indonesia that very few people will ever get to see. And I don't know any sailors that we've met along the way that regret buying their boat. Because even when the weather isn't cooperating, and you got 20 knots on the nose, and things are breaking all over the boat, the destination almost always makes up for it. And so we just keep going. Surprisingly enough, there were actually a couple of sailors at the island we had arrived to, who had anchored right where someone had conveniently left an anchorage note on no foreign land, and apparently there wasn't enough room for 3 of us.
No, we're in 90 feet of water, so I've had to let all the chain out. This is a marked anchorage, but there's 2 boats here already along the sandbank. So we're out in the middle of no man's land here. 270 feet of chain out. Yeah, we just grabbed, so I'll set the anchor alarm and hope for the best. But paradise. Look at this island. Unreal.
Excited to finally be here.
Very. Very after last night. Holy shit. Yeah, just a bit rough and drizzly and hard to sleep and lots of banging. So yeah, it kind of makes you more grateful when you get to a peaceful little spot like this and it's calmer.
Even right until the dying minutes, 20 knots on the nose, just trying to get up around here. Sun's going down, so we don't really have light to see the reef. We have to work hard for this one, so it's good to be here.
We still had a little bit of sunlight left, so we wasted no time heading off to find waves. The surf was pumping, and I felt really bad for Ryan, who had come down with a terrible fever. We were all hoping that it wasn't dengue or malaria, which is definitely present out here. But he wasn't the only one a little out of sorts, as Juliana had had a little mishap out in the surf.
Just having a little de-waxing funeral ceremony. Say goodbye and thank you for all the fun times we had together.
What is your 9-foot board now? 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah, it's a pretty wild break.
Yeah, so a board like this costs around $2,000, so it's a pretty tough blow, especially when there are no surf shops within a few hundred miles of us.
This place is perfect for everyone. It's not too gnarly. Everyone went surfing except Ryan. I think he's got COVID or something. No, I don't know. He's got a fever of some sort. But everyone else got out there and paddled around. We're anchored right next to the spot. It doesn't get any better than this.
But even paradise can have its dangers, as Aziza had a little snake almost climb up her leg off the back of the boat.
I thought it was seaweed at first, and it was like moving like this, and I was like, oh my god, no, that's a f***ing snake. But it's so small, but it's still just like the color, the way its head was like coming out of the water, like it f***ing wanted to bite me. Ooh. I don't really like snakes, but like, I don't trust that thing. I'm here with the water gun just in case it comes any farther up that ladder, dude.
So it says it's venomous online.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to defend us.
So, fun fact about these little snakes, we just looked it up online to ID it, and they're called a banded sea crepe. And even though they're tiny and really pretty, their bite packs a pretty big punch. Turns out these little guys are super venomous. It says they're even more venomous than a rattlesnake. So if you're bitten, you could get like respiratory failure and then eventually death if you don't get to a hospital quick enough. So it's pretty crazy. We're seeing one right on the boat and it's right on the swim ladder. So a little too close for comfort, I'd say. What's the food situation right now?
We're on the cans, not the beers, just the canned food.
This is our protein. We have 1 packet of tofu. Well, there's another one. And 1 packet of shitty sausages. For 8 people.
So what happened is we'd end up staying here for quite a few days longer than we had anticipated because we're just loving the surf out here and we're having so much fun, neglecting the fact that we are low on fresh food. So not the end of the world, but This is where we're at. We normally eat really, really well on the boat, but this is the most dire food situation we've been in terms of all we have is pasta or canned food. So I'm honestly running out of ideas.
Yeah, the fish would help.
Anything would.
Yeah.
Well, ask and you shall receive. Strangely enough, all we had caught on the rod since leaving Bali was a couple of marlins,
Don't let him jump at ya.
which we had released.
Nice.
So we were definitely well overdue some seafood at this point. And luckily for us, Mother Nature delivered.
This attracts sharks like nobody's business.
And I selectively shot 4 fish to feed the family, with Monica watching my back for sharks.
Got some dinner at least.
We need it. Oh yeah, we're a hungry
Definitely.
bunch over here right now. We'll take what we can get.
It's just been curry after curry. Now we got some fish. 99% sure there's no ciguatera here. It's like this toxin that's in some of the fish in the Pacific, and apparently they don't have it here.
Be like, can you be on shark watch? Just casually, and then I'm in the water like frantically like looking for sharks.
He brings it up like it's no big deal.
It's good eating fish. So after a couple more days, the surf went flat, so we decided to sail north to find some fresh food for the crew.
Yes. Trying to save the boat from the invasion of the flies. Dude, holy shit, it's so annoying. There's like so many. I think like the theory is that maybe they were in the trash or something. And God, they're just everywhere. And like having flies land on you is just not fun.
Do you have fun at Bleep Bleep?
So much fun at Bleep Bleep. It was really lovely to just be stopped and like have our own wave. I mean, just like ideal conditions. It was so fun to like see everyone going out together too, and like I think it just made everybody really happy. So, woo!
Bleep Bleep was so much fun. Even though the first day my favorite board snapped in half, I ended up having a really good time on my mid-length, and I'm excited to keep riding it because I always lean toward the long board, but it's actually so fun and I'm excited for the next spot.
Yeah, it was an amazing spot. The water was so clear. Like, the visibility was insane. Yeah, watching the boys do some spearfishing. When we were kids, where we grew up on this island on the barrier, we used to do that. We used to snorkel down in the bay and be swimming with stingrays and schools of fish. And when Colin and I were out there together, I was snorkeling above him and watching him dive down and spear these fish. And I was thinking, wow, this was like, you know, our childhood's really primed us to be out here doing this. It just brought back a lot of memories of how, you know, great some of those experiences we had when we were kids were.
I was super sick for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days maybe, like really sick. And then yesterday I felt great. So we ended up doing a bunch of free diving and monkeying around, and then we went and had a fun surf. And I was really happy with my day. Then I woke up feeling like garbage again. So,
Is it ruining your next trip?
well, it's robbed me of some time for sure, but we're sailing now, so I'm just going to take it easy. And then tomorrow I'm going to feel better, and I won't do so many activities.
I think it's still there. There's something there. It's not big. Yeah. Dinner. God, it hit like it was something massive, and then what was it? A nice mackerel. It's in the cooler. It's nice.
So it looked like our fishing dry spell was over, and we were going to have a delicious Spanish mackerel for dinner.
Wow.
But as we motored north, we started running into more and more surf charter boats. So we wanted to be respectful of their businesses, but also felt like we had worked pretty hard to be here as well.
We've unintentionally ended up buddy boating with two other boats, and so wherever we've been going, we're like this instant crowd, and we don't really want to piss the local charter boats off. So we're being respectful. We're sort of letting them go to this spot, and we're just going to carry on to another place. But yeah, there's this sort of unwritten tension amongst surfers here, because obviously people pay a lot of money to go on these charters, and they expect to have uncrowded waves, and we've just sailed 45,000 miles to get here, and we would like to surf some uncrowded waves. So we want to cooperate with the locals and give them their space, but try to find our little nooks and crannies where we can get some waves as well. So there's absolutely no reason we can't be here on our own boat sailing around.
This is the remote part of the Mentawis.
Are they listening to us?
So we left the other two sailing boats and tried looking for a surf spot all to ourselves, but we were totally out of luck. Every spot had a charter boat on it, each with about 10 guys on it, so we had to settle for a spot with one other boat there.
So in 2012, I was working on a super yacht with Krill, who we just delivered the steering wheel and compass to, and we're based in Phuket for like a year and a half, and we heard about a charter boat that was for sale in the Mentawai Islands, a big old ketch. No, it was a schooner, and it was called the Bintang. And we surveyed it. I'm an engineer and Krill's a captain, and we went through it, and it was looking like a really good deal. And we did the business plan, and these guys on these boats pay $300 a night each, and you can get 10 of them on there. So every 10 days the boat's bringing in $3,000.
It's called
But
Big
then
Tank.
I know.
Oh no, I can see the name.
I was building up to that point. This is it, right here. This is the boat that Krill and I were going to buy in 2012 or 2014. It looks a lot different. It's got these massive air conditioning units on top now. Small world. So crazy to be here.
So we dropped anchor for the night and shared some waves with the Bintang, but set off early in the morning to accomplish one thing and one thing only, to get some fresh food.
Big day.
Shopping. Oh mate, look at the big smile. She's about to get a big chocolate cake. I don't think we should get too excited. I don't know how much variety there's going to be, that's for sure. But we'll go and have
Who
a
needs
look.
variety when we've got
All we need is eggs and chicken, and then we're sorted.
grocery day?
Yeah, this is one of the few places we can get groceries. And the other main one is Tuapajet. I think I said that right. Up in the north. So we'll see what they have. The idea is to go in with low expectations so that we're pleasantly surprised. I'm guessing this is all going to be cash. So we'll see how much we spend, but we're absolutely smashing the cans, like 10, 20 cans a day of our mixed vegetables, corn, chickpeas and all of that. So we'll help our can supply up because those are quite hard to get around here.
At this rate, I'm gonna have to start eating canned chicken soon. What are you getting at the shops, Lauren?
Anything that doesn't spoil, really, and I can snack in the cabin on.
So exciting! First shop in what, 2 weeks?
Oh god, it feels
It feels like 3 weeks.
It's 3.
I don't want to miss out.
It's funny how exciting the thought of a fresh salad or even an apple or an orange can be after going without for a little while. When in the city, you literally have everything at your fingertips and can even get cooked food delivered to your doorstep, so something simple like a fresh tomato can be taken for granted. The crew were all smiles as we headed into town and pulled up to a restaurant that someone had told me about that would keep an eye on the dinghy if we bought a couple of beers.
This is dockage. Park the boat there. This is Lena's Cafe. Everyone says that this is the place to go, and you can see why. She's so lovely.
What did she call you? Who did she think you were?
She thought I was Monica's father.
And tell.
So this is a very hello Muslim town. You can hear the mosque in the background. You hear that? So all the girls have to cover their shoulders, but the boys are okay for some reason. Here we go, Sika Cup. So I think there's 3 fruit and vegetable markets. Wow. So our plan is to have a look at them all, scope it out, and then make some decisions on what to get where. Boom, eggs right there.
That's all we need.
Alright.
Anyone got any egg recipes? Please leave a comment below with them.
Alice.
Colin's favorite onion.
These are the most annoying onions you'll ever see.
Look how big these
It
garlics
takes half an hour to cut them and dice them or whatever.
Look how big this garlic is.
Compared to what we were expecting, this village was amazing.
We've taken all the apples off the shelf, but they do have some more out the back. We don't want to clean them out.
We got all sorts of fruit and veggies, beautiful tomatoes, garlic, lettuce, but we did have to get it from a few different stores.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Terima kasih.
Okay, next stop.
There was also a lot of things that we weren't brave enough to try based on the smell, and my total bill came to 5 million rupiah, which is about $300 US.
Terima kasih. What's that one?
Good.
It's like a hard pear almost. Yeah, it's like lightly sweet, tart, refreshing,
And fresh.
and fresh, and something not in a can. Oh my god.
Looks like elephant garlic. It's good.
Yeah, right?
I like it.
Oh!
Oh shit. Aziza, your life flashed before my eyes.
The last thing we needed was some chicken, which only came complete with head and all,
Seven.
and some eggs which we bought 7 trays of. It had been an extremely successful day. We were so stoked with everything we had found, and managed to find space for everything without even having to turn on the portable fridge. We were ready for another week of remote cruising, relying on the sun, wind, and of course a bit of diesel to find our way through the isolated islands and reefs. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Hit subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you at the same time next Sunday for some more Indonesian adventures off the coast of Sumatra.